Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Biswajit and I am going to talk about Scrum Master interview questions today. One of the questions that always fascinated me, uh, how to engage your team members in your retrospective meeting when the team members are not interested to speak. In this kind of scenario, everybody wants to know how as a Scrum Master you will behave, how you will try to influence your team members uh, to speak up and let their guards down so that they can contribute to your retrospective meetings. So there are some ways of doing the things which I find it fascinating, because when nobody wants to talk, then you start talking about the various points, the agenda, so that people will come to understand that and then contribute towards organizational goals. So here, saying that, I will start with the answer that I'm going to give, or I hope that everybody gives. Hope this helps you guys, and please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for more interview questions on project management and Scrum Master. And I'm going to talk about test manager interview questions as well, where I find the questions are difficult to answer and it needs some psychological reasoning, and it needs some uh, out of box inputs. Then I will put that question. You can ask me the questions whenever you want to have an answer. I will try to add that to the channel, and I will give credit to the person who asked the questions. Scrum Master to create an agreement on the topics to be discussed in the retrospective prior and let the team churn on the idea. So what does this line means? Uh, when you are a Scrum Master, you should have an agreement on the topics to be discussed. You should talk with the leads. You should talk with the people who are contributing, highly contributing to your development or testing. You should ask them prior to setting up any kind of meeting. Talk with them, understand what are the topics they want uh, there to be discussed in the retrospective or any kind of meeting as such in Scrum. So you should set the topics priorly before even you are going to send the meeting invite. Then you come to the meeting invite, which should state retrospective agenda and the intentions for it is all sick. So, what is that retrospective agenda? What are the things we are going to discuss? How we are going to discuss? Might not be in so much in detail, but the agenda should be written there so that people know what you are going to ask, what you are going to discuss, and how you are planning the flow. Let's say I am planning the flow from starting. Okay, this is my user story, this is my team who has done what, and whatever the flow, whatever flow you think it is appropriate, I will give the uh, give it to you, hand it over to each Scrum Master to identify that and do it. But that should be specified in the meeting invite. Scrum Master to be proactive by getting himself centered, grounded, and open, and with willingness to listen deeply each member's words. See, there is a basic difference between listening and hearing. So when you are listening, you are taking notes, you are talking about, you are taking information back to your brain to churn. So this is very important for a Scrum Master to listen to each member's words, how they are being pronounced, whether it is sarcastical, whether it is the underlying feelings for that particular words. So whether it is a comment, whether it is a normal statement, all these feelings you should understand. You should be matured enough to understand what is this person is telling, what is this team member is explaining to you, or what he is trying to tell you. Then the most important point is you should take notes of all the points. All the points. Why all the points? Because it is important to be giving the importance to each and every team member. So whenever you think, okay, this person is not good enough to tell something, but you take the notes for that. Okay, just write it there. Okay, this guy is telling this. At least it might be later on something which comes to your mind, or it is a importance that is given to that particular team member. So this helps to break the barrier between a scrum master and a team member in the latter stages, or in the next, might be it will help you in the next retrospective, might not be right now, but in the next retrospective. Okay, then there is something which we need to understand. There should not be a cycle of blame. If there is something which has not gone well, or which has not been done in a very precise manner, and you want to make some improvement, but there should not be a blame cycle. You need to break that. Scrum master to be taking the responsibility to empower his team member to break the cycle of blame. This is pretty important. This should be always done. Moving to the other answers, other points in the answer. Regardless of any issue being discussed, Scrum Master should interrupt when he sees a vision of successful outcome. You should keep on listening. That's why I told you shouldn't hear, you should listen. Why you should listen? Because you should be able to identify where there is a successful outcome. You should identify and seek when the people are talking. This is pretty important. You need to do this. Speak in ways that promote trust, respect, safety, and openness. This is very important for a scrum master. When he speaks, he should speak with respect. He should allow the other person to be safe. He should allow the other person to be open. And how you can do that? Not being judgmental about the words. You should assess it. You should not be a judgmental. You shouldn't judge the statement. You shouldn't judge it. You should assess it. Scrum Master should resist the temptation to explain or justify anyone's position. Instead, primarily try to understand rather than to be understood. So, you should not be a person who is explaining the things. The explanation should be done by the team members. You are, you need to register yourself, because sometimes when when something comes up, you want, you have a very good person who does a very good development, and you want, he told something in a very wrong way, and you want to you want to save him. No, you shouldn't do that. Let the other people come into rescue of them. Let the other people talk about it, because if somebody makes a mistake, that will be challenged, that will be discussed. Then nobody will make that kind of mistake. So make sure you should resist the temptation of explaining or justifying anyone's position. This is very important. We should always remember this. Recognize the incremental improvements during the dialogue, and show appreciation for even the smallest positive results. So this is what we always do with our um, loved ones, right? Whenever we see some small to smallest positive result, say good, you have done good. So same thing you need to do with your team, to make them safe and sound, and uh, coming up coming up with the new ideas, so that they know that, okay, even if I fail, scrum master will save me. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you are going to explain or justify them, but you should take notes about it, what positive results they have got you, and try to implement those things in the other scrum dealings. Thanking each team member for their contribution to the discussion regardless of the outcome. Why I'm talking about outcome should not be considered? Because the contribution to the discussion is very important. So if somebody is not speaking, then we should stop the person who speaks more and ask the other person to contribute. So contribution may If somebody can contribute, then that is the best part. That is the question what being asked, right? So everybody should be able to contribute on a safe environment, respectful environment, openness, when the openness is there, when the trust factor is there. So all this stuff should be built in by scrum master. Nobody else is going to do it for you. It is very, very important. And last point is, whenever the outcome has been discussed, this should be communicated to all the team members and all the stakeholders who are like product owner, who are like users who are contributing, who are like feature owners who are contributing, who are like epic owners who are contributing. Everybody should know about what discussion has been happened. That's the answer which I would be giving, but it makes you more open towards the team and towards your achieving goals. Thank you. Please subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. I will be giving you a lot of questions and answers. And thank you. Thank you for joining.